Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, the Arizona Supreme Court rules in favor of higher campaign contribution limits. The Fiesta Bowl gets the 2016 college football championship game, and money is awarded to help seniors avoid isolation. Those stories next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Eight, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. The Arizona Supreme Court yesterday lifted a preliminary injunction against significantly higher campaign contribution limits for political candidates. Jeremy Duda of the Arizona Capital-Times is covering the story. Good to have you here. Give us a better explanation now. What did the Supreme Court do?
Well, they allowed a bill that the legislature passed earlier this year to go into effect. This dramatically raises up the contribution limits. Arizona, up until yesterday, had probably among some of the lower limits in the country for our state level races. This raised them up. Previously, they were $440 for legislative races, $912 for statewide races. Now it is $4,000 you can take. That's $2,000 for the primary and $2,000 for the general.
And this basically upholds, this is kind of interesting because a previous decision said no, then the Court of Appeals said yes, and the Supreme Court says no. This has been going back and forth, huh?
Yeah, this has kind of gone back and forth like a ping pong ball here, really. You know, the trial court upheld the law, let it go into effect for about a month. Kind of a strange ruling that raised a lot of eyebrows. The Court of Appeals came back, struck it down, issued an injunction against this, which kind of threw things into chaos because people had already been raising money under the old limits. They were starting to change some of the rules for campaign finance disclosure and that kind of thing. Then this goes to the Supreme Court. They hear the arguments and they say, never mind. They vacated the Court of Appeals decision, said this is now in effect, and looks like that's pretty much going to be the law of the land for 2014 now.
Was it a surprise? I mean, they heard it yesterday, and before you could go get a cup of coffee, they made their decision. Was it a surprise it came back that quickly?
Not too much of a surprise. I mean, the Court of Appeals ruled, they think they ruled within about 2 hours of hearing the argument, so not too much of a surprise. I thought it might be a day or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got it done pretty quickly.
And PACs can now donate up to $10,000. It was, what, $2,000, something along these lines?
Yeah, something like that. And they can donate a lot more, and also this eliminates the aggregate limits. Under the previous law, a candidate could only take so much money from PACs. So you could get what they would refer to as PAC'd out. You know, you'd have a PAC, they'd want to give you a check that say, well, I've taken too much already, I can't. Plus there was also an aggregate limit on the amount that individuals could contribute overall to races in general, and that's gone now too.
So talk about the arguments for and against here. The idea that this was a free speech issue on one side, and on the other side, the idea that voters didn't want this kind of money being spent, and thus they passed a referendum and initiative way back in the day. That didn't seem to hold water.
Not really. I mean, that was the main argument the Supreme Court was there to hear. I mean, there are free speech, First Amendment issues that have played a major role in this discussion, but they didn't really deal with that yesterday. The main argument was whether or not voters in 1998, when they passed the Clean Elections Act, intended to basically set hard and fast contribution limits. We'd had limits since 1986 when they were passed originally, and then the legislature had raised them a few times during the 90s, and in 98, the Clean Elections Act included a provision that decreased the limits automatically by 20%. So it was a separate statute. You had Statute A, where the limits were, and Statute B, that the voters approved in 1998, that reduced it by 20%. And the question was before the Supreme Court was, by doing that, did voters firmly establish the limits, or did they just create basically a formula for reducing the limits, whatever they may be in the future? And the Supreme Court appears to have agreed with that.
With the idea that it was a formula as opposed to a hard, fast figure.
Yeah, and the big debate was, the attorney for the Clean Elections Commission, which was suing to overturn this law, House Bill 2593, said this is what they meant to do. There's a lot of ways they could have done it, but this is what they meant to do, and that's perfectly okay. It's can withstand legal scrutiny. The arguments of the other side were, if they really wanted to do this, they could have done it in such easier ways. They could have just set limits, put that into the Clean Elections Act, say the new limits are X, Y, and Z, and that's it. And Joe Canfield, the Clean Elections Commission's attorney, said, well, there's 100 ways they could have done this, they choose this one. And Chief Justice Birch, who probably had the line of the day, said, You said there are 100 ways they could have done this, and it seems like 99 of them would have been clearer than this.
And I think that was probably clear from her statement of which way the court was going to go. And this was unanimous with the Supreme Court?
We don't know yet. It'll take a few months for them to issue their full opinion. They just issued the immediate order,
Okay.
which is a couple of sentences. And once they issue the full opinion, which will explain their reasoning, that'll also tell us what the vote was, whether it was unanimous or there was some dissent.
Impact on next year's elections.
It's a little harder to say. There's a school of thought out there that a lot of these candidates can't really raise that much money to begin with. I mean, if you look at campaign finance reports, most of the contributions that people get they don't get the max under the old limits, and these new limits are much, much higher. Now, there are going to be some candidates out there who are really going to be able to take advantage. There's people with a lot of connections, access to money. Doug Ducey, for example, one of the Republicans running for governor, is viewed as a guy who can really take advantage of these limits. Possibly Christine Jones, another gubernatorial candidate, and Fred Duvall, the presumptive Democratic nominee, maybe a few others. But it'll remain to be seen who's really able to take full advantage of this.
And the idea, again, is that they need that kind of money because right now you've got these outside groups, these independent expenditure committees that are running around. No one knows who they are, but they know what they're doing, and they're on the attack. The argument for these higher limits is we need the money to fight back.
Yeah, part of the argument is, candidates have lost control of their message, and the debates are defined by these outside groups, sometimes from we don't even know who's running the ads or spending the money. Now, of course, if you can raise $2,000 or $4,000 from a few more people and get some more money, but these IEs, they're still going to can still drop 500,000, $1 million, $2 million into a race. So, I mean, if these people want to control the conversation, they're still going to do so. There's other states that have no contribution limits, like, in the Virginia governor's race a month or so ago, and there were still plenty of IEs in that race. So,
Any recourse for clean elections on this?
I don't really see what it would be. I mean, the commission has a meeting tomorrow. They're going to talk with their lawyers, figure out what their recourse is, but I'm not really sure where they can go from this. The Supreme Court, I mean, that's it. There's really nowhere to go from there, unless it's a, issue in the U.S. Constitution. You can go to the U.S. Supreme Court, but this is strictly the Arizona Constitution.
So let the spending begin. Whatever. If I'm a candidate, whatever I've raised up to now, and I've been kind of sitting there waiting to figure it out, the Supreme Court said, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, sure. We've already seen some candidates sending out fundraising emails today saying, hey, the new limits are $4,000, so open up those checkbooks.
All right, Jeremy, good stuff. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. The Fiesta Bowl this week was awarded the 2016 College Football Championship game. The national title game will be played at University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. Joining us now is Robert Shelton, Fiesta Bowl's executive director, with that jacket again. And you better be wearing that jacket.
I wear it proudly.
Congratulations on. Were you surprised?
Thank you. I'm always surprised. I had hoped. We're thrilled, and it was an Arizona effort. We're calling it Arizona 2016. Fiesta Bowl had a lot to do with it, but so did the Cardinals, so did ASTA. The governor is on our honorary board. Senator McCain chairs the board. 5 mayors signed a letter of support. So it really was the whole Valley of the Sun coming together.
What did you emphasize in the bid?
Well, a number of things, and you can see it in this graphic here. This is the way we delivered our bid. You can see it's a replica of the stadium out in Glendale. You pull it out, you can see inside the stadium. And so we emphasized the quality of the stadium. And then, of course, the field comes out, and lo and behold, you get the bid.
Yes.
So this was very unique. So we emphasized the quality of the facilities. We emphasized the fact that, right here you can see 3 of the 7 national championship games that we've hosted.
Yes.
Okay, emphasize the fact that we've done this before, the destination of the Valley of the Sun, the hospitality of the people here, the weather, and then the unified approach that we took among the municipalities, among the CVBs. So all of those were factors we stressed.
What is the bidding process? How do you go about doing this?
Well, there's a group called College Football Playoff. That's the successor to the BCS, and they issued an RFP at the end of August. The bid was due at the end of September, so we had about 4 weeks. But through ASTA, the Cardinals, and others, we'd been getting together really since January to prepare for this, so we had a heads up.
Now, as far as the impact on the Arizona economy, talk to us, give us some firm numbers there, because it seems like we always hear different numbers. But a game like this, we've had some experience in the past.
We have.
What do those numbers look like?
Well, if you look at the past 4 championship games we've hosted here, 99, 03, 07, and 11, the collective economic impact by the W.P. Carey School was about $640 million. The last one was 188, so I think it's safe to say that this game in 2016, the economic impact will be around the $200 million mark.
My goodness.
That's a big number.
When you made the bid and you talked about, the United Front in the stadium and this nice little piece of work here, this artwork here, how much did the fact that the Fiesta Bowl had a story to tell, and the story was hit some rough patches, real rough patches, came back. How much was that a factor?
I think it was critical that we had had enough time to reestablish our reputation. The first step that we had to take was to get into this new college football playoff with the 6 games instead of 4. And we were successful in that a little over a year ago. That helped to restore the sense that the Fiesta Bowl is where you want to play football. Phoenix, the greater Phoenix area, is where you want to come as a destination. And so that was the first step. And then after that, this I think really demonstrates the Fiesta Bowl, not just the Fiesta Bowl, but this area for college football is all the way back.
As far as the Fiesta Bowl is concerned, talk about turning the game, the image of the game, the entire event around.
Well, it was a collective effort. I'm the fortunate one that gets to come on your show and be the face, wear this jacket of the Fiesta Bowl. But really, our board approved new governance structure. We had a new leadership team that we were able to hire in for the Fiesta Bowl. I have incredible staff, amazing leadership team. And then we spent a lot of time. I traveled the country visiting with commissioners, visiting with presidents who were on the BCS Presidential Oversight Group to demonstrate these changes. And I think, frankly, the Fiesta Bowl is now a model of governance for bowls.
So to get there, though, what was the biggest challenge?
I think it was just getting everybody to buy in, getting an acceptance that we had to make a change, because the Fiesta Bowl was so successful for so many years. And then we hit this trough for reasons that we don't need to go into. It's all bygone. And now I think the key is we're back again. We've got 2 games to put on, we've got a parade to put on, and it's going to be just fantastic.
Were there folks who didn't realize how endangered this game was?
I think the answer is yes. My board understood it, but I think it was touch and go whether we would, first of all, be one of the 6 bowls in the new college football playoff. I mean, we had to work hard, and I emphasize we in this case. We had to work hard to make sure we did not lose our coveted elite spot in postseason football.
Now, you've got that spot. Talk about what happens as far as semifinal games. We got the championship game in 2016. We don't know what happens after that, correct? They did.
Well, here's the deal. The championship game stands on its own. And unlike previous championship games, we don't make money on this. We have to raise money. So come January, we're going to start going around with our tin cup to raise our $13, $14 million to put it on. Think Super Bowl. But the other host bowl situation that we're in, along with the other 5 bowls, that is now set for a 12-year rotation. Every 3rd year, we host a semi. And in between, we have our regular Fiesta Bowl where the selection committee, not polls, the selection committee will give us 2 top 12 teams. And they're going to take not only the quality of the teams into account, but geography. So that means fans won't have to travel as far to come and see the games.
Which means maybe a Central Florida might not be in the future as it is this time.
Yeah, or 4 years ago, UConn, 3 years ago, UConn. Central Florida is going to put on a great game. We're not worried about that, but it is harder for their fans to come out here.
I was going to say, how are you selling this one, Baylor and Central Florida? Because that seems like it might be a tough sell.
It is a little more difficult sell, say, last year when we had Oregon and K-State or Stanford and Oklahoma State. But both of these teams score. They're both 11-1, which is the fewest number of losses of any bowl game except the champ game. It's the first time experience for each of them, so we know they're going to play well. And I think we'll be surprised to see how competitive this game is.
Now, the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, which again is under your purview, correct?
Right.
Michigan and Kansas State, I think that will pretty much take care of itself, don't you?
Yes, the tickets are selling real well. So again, for both games, I've got to say, get your tickets now, but particularly for Buffalo Wild Wings. And Michigan hasn't been out west in a long, long time.
But the idea of ticket sales, again, if the Baylor Central Florida, again, we're hearing Central Florida is having a tough time even moving it among their fans. Does the committee look at that and say, we'd like to get you another title game after 2016, but ... Do they look at something like this?
No, I don't think that'll be an impact on our winning another title game. I think that will stand on its own merits. It will stand on how well we did these previous 7, how well we do the 8th one in 2016, and we know we are going to knock their socks off, not only for the game, but for the whole Valley of the Sun region for all the pregame activities.
You left the presidency,
I
the
did.
University of Arizona,
Yeah.
to take on this challenge. Was it a good move?
It was a very good move. I hope the Fiesta Bowl bosses think that. I'm a native Phoenician, and this was an organization that's near and dear to all of us in Phoenix, all of us in Arizona. And I thought if I can lend some of my contacts, some of my credibility, then it's a good thing to do. And I think, again, with a lot of help, we've shown that the Fiesta Bowl is back. We've shown that Phoenix, writ large, the Valley of the Sun, is a destination for great post-game shows.
You going to stay a while at the Fiesta Bowl?
Hope so. It's up to my board.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's no. We got Todd Graham here. Everyone wants to know where he's going to go next, but we got.
Well, he's a much more visible figure in the Valley of the Sun than I am.
Yeah, but you're still. The turnaround of the Fiesta Bowl is a major story, and it's a major accomplishment.
Thank
And
you.
I would
I think it
imagine a
is.
lot of people look at that and say, "Well, this guy's got something going here."
Well, I think it is, and we've got a lot of work ahead of us. We've got these 2 bowl games. We've got the parade. We have the Yarnell 19 families who are serving as the marshals of the parade. So there's still a lot to be done in the next few weeks.
Well, again, congratulations on winning that game. That's a great boost for the Valley, and we hope we get a couple of them more. And I just love that jacket.
Yep. Well, we could give you an honorary jacket.
I'll get back to you.
You'd
on
have to
that.
promise to wear it.
I'll really get back. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you, Ted. Thank you always for having me on
You
the
bet.
show.
You and I travel to the beat of a different drum. Oh, can't you tell by the way I run? Every time you make eyes at me. Feeling better now that we're through. Feeling better 'cause I'm over you. I learned my lesson and left a scar. Now I see how you really are. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. I'm gonna say it again. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby.
2 new grants were recently awarded to the Greater Phoenix Age-Friendly Network. The funding will be used to launch pilot programs to help older adults live independently and form better connections to their communities. For more, we welcome Amy St. Peter, Human Services Director for the Maricopa Association of Governments. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
The Greater Phoenix Age-Friendly Network. What are we
Yes.
talking about here?
We are talking about really changing the question from how do we create programs for older adults that are insular and separated, and how do we more fully embed older adults in all aspects of our communities? How do we fully engage them? How do we leverage their time and talents better?
So how do you help fight this social isolation?
Absolutely. One of the main ways that we're doing that right now is through a new website. It's www.connect60plus.com. It's a brand new website that was developed really hand in hand with people age 65 and older right here in our community. And it's really different. It's a different approach because it's very interactive. So for example, people can register online, they can join local discussion forums, they can visit a community calendar, they can hear from people just like themselves who are leading these really great lives, and they can blog back and forth with them. So it's really aimed at connecting people online and then giving them avenues to connect face to face.
What about folks, though, and when you get a little bit older in age, or maybe not all that familiar with computers, maybe you're not all that comfortable with computers, what about them?
Absolutely. We have a lot of outreach to that group as well. So we're working with different communities right now, 4 different communities: Phoenix, Tempe, Scottsdale, and the Northwest Valley. And we're developing different pilot projects in those communities to help neighbors, and so really to connect people face to face.
And this is where these grants come in. These 2 new grants will help the network by way of these 4 modeled pilot programs?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're very thankful. We received a grant as part of the Community Agenda. It's a national pilot project. That funding comes from the Pfizer Foundation and administered by Grantmakers in Aging. We also have funding from the MetLife Foundation through the City Leaders Institute on Aging in Place, and that is staffed by Partners for Livable Communities.
So talk about these models. Are you encouraging volunteers? Are you encouraging older folks to reach out? What's going on here?
Absolutely. We're working on a couple different models right now. One is called The Village. It's a membership-based group where the residents in a community will define their community, what they need to stay in that community, and then what they're willing to do to make those services available to them. So the services could be anything from transportation, yard care, also time banks, where people are helping each other. They give a service, they get a service.
And so basically, you have an appointment, you need to go to the doctor, you need to go to the grocery store, you need some companionship, just someone to talk to for a while.
Right.
What in your village you find someone who is there, a neighbor, if you will?
Absolutely. It's all about people helping each other. It's this kind of radical notion of going back to people helping each other and not relying on any one government service or any one nonprofit service, but really figuring out what the community can do for itself. So it's really building capacity in a very different way than we have
It
been.
sounds like there could be a two-way street here. Some of these folks are getting support and help and companionship, and some of the younger folks are getting some mentorship, I would think.
Absolutely. They're getting those mentors. So for example, a kind of middle-aged person might drive an older person to their doctor's appointment, but then the older person might help to watch their kids after school. So it's a very mutual kind of relationship that's very beneficial.
There's something else here, a competition to find the most age-friendly communities in the region. What's that all about?
Absolutely. So we're working with and we're providing technical assistance to these 4 communities, but we realize and really want to celebrate every single community that's doing something to embrace people of all ages, particularly older adults. So we have an age-friendly competition. People can go to our website, connect60plus.com, go to that community page and tell us what their community is doing. So it's absolutely wonderful, and this work is really supported as well by the Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust. So we're very thankful to them for their leadership.
And as far as the criteria is concerned, I mean, describe the competition. My community does what compared to something that would...
You know, we're really letting people define first what is their community? Is it their block? Is it their neighborhood? Is it a whole city? And then what is their community doing? What do they love about their community? What makes their community different? And so we're really excited to really learn and discover the different things that people are doing within their communities.
So who reviews the nominations and or decides the winner?
Absolutely. And that will be a very hard decision, I imagine. We have a great panel of national experts. We're working with AARP, with Generations United, with Grantmakers Aging in Place, and also with the Piper Trust. So people have great expertise from across the country who will really be able to carefully evaluate each community and to be able to judge it on its own merits.
The problem of isolation in older folks. Talk to us about this in general. How serious an issue is this?
It's extremely serious, and it's much more far-reaching than what one would imagine. So we've conducted extensive engagement and analysis throughout the community, and we're finding a couple things. One is that people really want different things. So the traditional answers like senior centers, which might be really great for some people, don't appeal necessarily to a large part of the population. So the traditional answers to aging aren't necessarily relevant to a good part of our population. And when people are disconnected, they're more likely to have their needs go unmet, and they're not likely to feel valued. And so we're really trying to turn that around to show that everyone can have a meaningful role in their community and that everyone does have value.
It sounds as though the later years seems as though it's kind of a moving target in that it's being redefined as we go on. The boomers, as they get older, they're not necessarily a shuffleboard crowd here.
No. And what's really exciting about it is that it's really and truly a time of exploration on a community level as well as on an individual level. So for example, I was speaking to one of the champions, one of the women who's blogging on our website, and she said retirement for her has been wonderful because she can go back and do all the things that she never had time to do before. So it used to be that the life expectancy was pretty close to the retirement age. So you could literally work hard your entire life, play golf, play bingo, and then die. And it's not like that anymore. People can live 20, 30 years after that traditional retirement age, and they're doing really amazing things with that time.
Indeed they are. The Greater Phoenix Age Friendly Network, how long has this been around? Has this been for a while? Has it changed its mission, changed its charter?
You know, it's It's changed in its focus slightly to really have a focus on how do we embed older adults in meaningful ways in their full community with people of all ages. So it's a really multi-generational focus. The effort itself has been underway for approximately 3 years now. We've had great leadership from Mayor Stanton in the city of Phoenix, as well as many leaders and people, residents from across the region. This work has been presented internationally, and it's really resonating because this is something that faces all of us. We're all aging, and so we all have a stake in this.
One more time, that website is?
www.connect60plus.com, connect60plus.com.
Okay, and plus is spelled out. It's not the little plus
Spelled
sign
out,
up there.
absolutely.
You gotta make that
Absolutely.
clear for us.
Yes.
Sometimes we. Congratulations on this. It sounds like it's good work and continued success.
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
Thank
Ted.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thursday on Arizona Horizon, we will hear about a new high-tech accelerator in Mesa, and we'll meet a man who has a passion for fixing clocks. Those stories and more Thursday at 5:30 and 10 on the next Arizona Horizon. That is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of 8, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.